Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Amal Mukhtar. This is a new edition of Africa Today. The climate change and humanitarian challenges and concerns in Africa. Climate change is increasingly deepening humanitarian challenges across Africa, placing millions of lives and livelihoods in risk. Across the continent, extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe.
Climate change is increasingly deepening humanitarian challenges across Africa, placing millions of lives and livelihoods at risk. Across the continent, extreme weather events are becoming more frequent and more severe, stretching the capacity of governments and aid agencies. In the Horn of Africa, prolonged droughts have devastated crops and dried up water sources, leaving millions facing acute food insecurity. Communities that depend on farming and livestock have been notably affected, with many families losing their primary sources of income. In contrast, parts of Western Central Africa are experiencing intense seasonal flooding, which has destroyed homes, farmland, and vital infrastructure, forcing thousands to flee their communities. In several regions, displacement caused by violence has made populations even more exposed to environmental disasters. Humanitarian agencies warn that limited funding and access challenges are hindering relief efforts as needs continue to grow faster than available resources. African leaders and regional institutions are calling for increased international support, including climate financing and investment in adaptation measures. There is also growing emphasis on early warning systems, climate-resilient agriculture, and improved water management as long-term solutions. As climate pressures intensify, addressing both immediate humanitarian needs and long-term resilience remain a critical priority for the continent.
Ivory Coast have recently in the spotlight with a series of high stakes elections that reflect deep political divisions and ongoing debates about democratic governance.
Ivory Coast has recently been in the spotlight with a series of high-stakes elections in October 2025, and according to provisional results from the Independent Electoral Commission, Ivory Coast held presidential elections in which leader Al-Hassan Ouattara secured a fourth term with nearly 90% of the vote. Ouattara framed his victory as a mandate for stability and continued economic progress in one of West Africa's most economically significant countries. However, the election was marred by controversy. The election also saw low turnout, around 50%. Tensions around the vote at times erupted into violence. Official figures reported hundreds of arrests connected to unrest during the electoral period.
Well, Egypt have become the first team to secure the qualification of the knockout rounds of Africa Cup of Nations, confirming a strong start to its campaign and reinforcing its status as one of the tournament favorites.
Egypt has become the first team to secure qualification for the knockout rounds of the Africa Cup of Nations, confirming a strong start to its campaign and reinforcing its status as one of the tournament favorites. The seven-time African champions booked their place in the next stage after a series of disciplined and effective performances in the group phase. Egypt's defense has remained organized, while its attack has capitalized on key moments, allowing the team to collect enough points to advance ahead of the remaining group matches. Team captain Mohamed Salah has played a central role, providing leadership and experience at crucial moments. His presence has helped guide a squad that blends seasoned internationals with younger players seeking to make their mark on the continental stage. Egypt's early qualification offers a strategic advantage, allowing the coaching staff to manage player fitness and prepare tactically for the more demanding knockout rounds. It also sends a strong message to rival teams as the competition intensifies. The result has been welcomed by Egyptian fans, who are hoping the team can build momentum and challenge for a record-extending 8th AFCON title. As the tournament continues, attention will now turn to Egypt's potential opponents and whether the team can maintain its form in the decisive stages ahead.
Welcome back with our main topic today. Egypt hosts talks with Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention on unified medical procurement. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli also discusses health cooperation with the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention with the Director General of the Center. To shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, Her Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon.
Well, Your Excellency, why is Egypt considered a strategic choice to host the African Unified Medical Procurement Mechanism?
Well, as you know, Egypt serves as a key hub for Africa regarding the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And this is why when the director of the CDC was visiting the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Health and Population, Dr. Khalid Abdel Ghaffar, they focused on the role of Egypt as center for and the role that it is playing as a pivotal role to support African health cooperation. As you know that Egypt hosted several health summits and health conferences to show how much Egypt is concerned and to show how much it wants to strengthen the regional integration of medical and health systems in Africa.
Yes, Your Excellency, how will the unified procurement mechanism would help to improve access in medicines and vaccines across African countries? Yes,
these are the focus of the talk between the two dignitaries and of course the role that Egypt is playing and its commitment to regional health security and the knowledge sharing of health problems and the building of Africa's health capacity is highlighted, especially that Egypt's Egypt control of hepatitis program was a model for African countries for many years. The campaign for 100 million lives healthier, it was a benchmark for African countries. And the focus now and the main issues that has been the discussion was, as you said, of course, the vaccine is the production of vaccines, the public health, the trade of the pharmaceuticals, and the health integration of all the regional integration of health problems in, for instance, stopping the epidemic from spreading in North African region and strengthening the surveillance and also the prevention of epidemics. So many health challenges have been discussed, and there has been decisions taken to expand the knowledge of rapid response and to expand the health the impact of health challenges, how to face the health challenges that are facing African countries, and of course deepening the partnership with African centers for disease control like the CDC and EXCON and all the health ministries in Africa. So health security is a priority for the continent and for Egypt.
Yes. What is the role also of the African Center in coordinating the health responses and responsibilities among African nations through this mechanism?
Yes, of course, exchanging of experiences, drawing on the advancement of infrastructure and the global expertise, of course, supporting African countries in providing medical assistance and essential supplies and pharmaceuticals. Of course, coordinating all these efforts and prioritizing and maximizing the impact of health on other sectors in society, because, of course, health is very important, especially to avoid spreading of epidemics, to have to industrialize the vaccines, and to have the emergency supplies. And the Egyptian experience is very important, and that is why Egypt is committed to African solidarity and to the promotion of public health across the continent.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information, Your Excellency Ambassador Sou'ad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Africa Today. My name is Amal Mukhtar. Thank you for watching.